like I said, all right, we're starting right now. Thank you.
Number 25.
All right, thank you very much. All right, the first thing we're going to do is I have a special request for question number 25. So here we go. Let's take a look at question number 25. Now, very important. Do those digits repeat?
No.
No.
That's only 5.
Right? You see what I'm saying, right? So because the digits do not repeat, it is considered irrational. And that's it. That's all. That's an irrational number. All right? Yeah, I'm okay with that. But what I'm saying, though, is make sure you're hearing me. That doesn't repeat. All right? When it repeats, it'll be the same combination of numbers. All right? That does not. Very, very good question. Okay, very good. All right? Thank you. Let's look at 20. Okay, now here is just facts that you should know. All right, anytime something is repeated, it's going to be over 9. Unless there's two numbers that repeat, it's going to be over 99. So in this case, you would just write -2 and 3 over 99, which is the same as -2 and 1 over 33. So if you still had your calculator out, if you did 1 divided by 33, guess what? You would end up with 103 repeated. You with me? All right, very good question also. Somebody else? Good for you. 36. Thank you very much. Let's take a look at 36. Very good question. So you're multiplying, right? So -3 over 1 times -2 over 3 times -17 over 4. Did you understand that so far? How many negatives do I have?
3.
So the answer is automatically going to be negative, right? Right? Because here's how you would know that. A negative times a negative makes it a what? And then a positive times a negative makes it a, there you go. All right? So here we have. All right? Now, what I want to do for you is make a little bit of room right here for you. All right? Now, again, when you're working these problems, 3 goes into 3 once. 3 goes into 3 once. 2 goes into 2 once. 2 goes into 4 twice. You happy with that? And so my answer is negative, right? And then it'd be 1 times 1 times 17, which is over 2. Did I say you could leave it like that? Yeah. Right? I'm sure the answer was that we gave was -8 1/2, but I'm confident everybody can do that. Tomorrow.
School Friday.
All right. Anybody else have a question to go over? Anybody else have a question? Good for you, lady.
So, for number 36, let's say it were like test, and it was a test. Would you that? Would you care if it were if the answer was improper?
No, remember what I said. I don't care at all. If you wrote it like this, I'm happy. If you wrote it like that, I'm happy.
Okay.
All right. Just generally, when you get more advanced, you leave it as improper, not mixed. Let's look at 53. Good job, buddy. Very, very nice problem. Very nice. All right, so let's talk about this. Let me make some room here. All right. So, for this, 3AB. Division, change to multiplication, and do the reciprocal, right? So this becomes 10 over 7B. You hear that? Now, I always tell kids to do the numbers first. So if 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 10, 5. Can I reduce any of the other numbers? I don't think I can reduce any of the numbers, correct? So 3 times 5 is 15. The denominator is 7. Now I take a look at the letters. All right? Can I cross out a B? Do they agree? And the only letter left is, and that's where? In the numerator. That's your answer. That's it. Yes, ma'am.
So when you're doing the second one, you don't put the B on the
No, ma'am. Everything is the reciprocal. All right, what's on the bottom goes to the top. What's on the top goes to the bottom. Diesel, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
You doing okay? Anybody have an issue, question?
No.
Nobody? Aiden? Let's do 48 for you. All right, now this one generally I would say is about as hard as it gets because it's two what? Mixed, right? And if we're going to do a mix, we want to convert it to a what? Improper. Okay? So 3 1/9 is the same as 28 over 9. Now, I'm going to come right up here and say this is negative 7 over 6. Do you agree with that, Aiden? Now, division I change to what? Multiplication, and then I do the reciprocal. So, I'm just going to leave it negative 6 over 7. Does it matter where the negative goes?
No.
Good. Makes no difference. Do you hear me? But I am doing a positive divided by a negative, which is always a what? Negative. So I'm going to go ahead and just put negative out here just so I don't forget. Now, Aiden, I can move forward to the what? To the reducing, right? So what can I reduce, Aiden? I'm going to let you know. 7 goes into 28 how many times? 7 goes into 7. Now what? What goes into both of those? 3 does. So I change this to a, and this to a final answer. Yeah. Now, you know, I don't want you mad at me, but that's not that hard, right?
Yeah.
Truthfully, right?
Yeah.
You should know that. And you got just practice. You hear me? There's no excuse for you. Plenty smart to do that. None whatsoever. You with me? All the answers are posted, solutions are worked out. You just got to get on it. Right? Big year this year. All right? Get with the program. All right? Anybody else would like to see a problem? Anybody else would like to see a problem? Yes, good. Let's do 52. Good job, kiddo. So here we go. P, Q over 5. I see division, so I'm changing it to. And then I do the reciprocal. 10 over P. Okay? Now, what numbers can I reduce? Alright, 5 goes into 5. 5 goes into 10. You're good, don't be worried. Cross out the P. Nice. So my final answer is just what? Over 1. So we could just say that's technically just what? 2Q. You agree with that? You doing okay? No problem? You did a lot of work done last night? Diesel, what about you? Started out slow, buddy. You've been sick. You all caught up? Feeling good about it? I want you back to normal tomorrow on your test. You hear me? Back to normal. Girls up front, any problems? You all good? Good for you, bud. Let's look at 62. Very good question. Very good. All right, so right now we have denominators the same, right? So 5 plus 2. 3 plus 6. Right. Now, this you can't have, right? Right? Yes, sir, that's good. 8 and 2 7. You good on this or not? Do I need to explain it better, or is that good? That's good, right? Well, because this is an improper fraction. And this also is with a mixed fraction. You can't have mixed and improper. Agreed? So you could have written it as 7 times 7 is 49. 49 plus 9 is, you could have said 58 over 7. But it's just easier, in my opinion, just to make it 8 and 2 sevenths, right? You okay with that or not?
Yeah.
Girls in the middle? You alright? No problems? Boys in the back? Everything's good? Okay, good for you. Let's take a brief look at 42. Okay, you can't take the reciprocal of this until you do the improper fraction. So you're going to make this negative 13 over 3. And then the answer would be negative 3 over 13. That's it. That's what the reciprocal means. Yeah. That's what, now listen to me. You understand what I'm trying to tell you. If you didn't know number 43, you could look up in the book and showed the example and why that's so silly. You hear me? That's what I'm trying to teach you. I don't think you're doing that. Anybody else? Come on. I want you ready tomorrow. Everybody good? Good for you. All right. Let me just go ahead and stop this. All right.